Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo. We've got Thursday night football with the Ravens versus the Dolphins playing in Miami. Should be hopefully a good game. The weather is looking solid, low 70s. Don't have to worry about any wind or anything like that. It's looking pretty good. And the Dolphins are coming off that dominant performance against the Falcons, which I honestly put on the shoulders of terrible coaching by the Falcons. Bijan Robinson had 6 touches in the first half against the worst run defense in the league. But maybe some of that was Miami. I mean, Miami was still putting it together on offense against a tough defense, but I was really frustrated with Bijan's usage in the first half. But I'm going to try to stay focused here. I got 4 plays for Prizepicks and going to be using the same players on a ladders slip for Underdog, so should be able to get through this one somewhat quick. I'm going to save the DFS optimizer from Daily Grind until the end of the video, and we'll go over bonus plays on Prizepicks and Underdog, which also shouldn't take long because we're just going to go single game slate tonight. So let's talk about the plays. On Prizepicks, we're going to be going Zay Flowers over 69.5 receiving yards. Derrick Henry over 16 fantasy score. I know this opened up at 15 yesterday. I still like it at 16. I still think it's the safest play for Henry, but I also like his yards, even though those are kind of high. But we got Jaylen Waddle over 65.5 receiving yards, and Achane. It's not Achane, right? He switched it. We called him one and then switched it to the other. But I think it's Achane. 58.5. And I do know who Achane is. You guys don't think that I don't know who he is. He's a stud. 58.5 for rushing yards. We're going to take that for more. And then let's talk about the ladder slip, which we're going to be trying to cash all these tiers up to 500x on a 4-man. My favorite way to play is ladders on Underdog right now, and there's no other competition there. You get your goblins, your regular plays, and your demon. Like if you're comparing it to Prizepicks, you get the goblin regular play and the demon slip all in one. So if they cash their first tier, which is a discounted line, you get 2x on this. If they get up here to where their regular line is, like we're getting Achane on Prizepicks, what did I say, 58.5? This one's just 57.5. If they cash all these, it's 5x. And then if you hit this top tier, if they all have pretty decent games, they're all capable of hitting these numbers, but this is the high tier. All 4 of these, 500x. Try making any slip on Prizepicks tonight that'll cash you 500x. I don't care how you're building it. Try it. See if you can get it to happen with the correlation they've got going on. But anyways, Derrick Henry, 70, 91, and 150 yards. Those are his 3 tiers. We got Achane, 45, 57, and 120. Zay Flowers, 50, 69, and 130. So that would be a big game for Zay, for sure. But still, it could happen in this matchup here. And then we got Jaylen Waddle, 45, 63, and 120. Totally capable. He's been nearing 100, bouncing around 100 in 3 of his last 4 games. So I feel comfortable with these. If you guys haven't signed up for Underdog yet, and you would like to jump on ladders, which is the best option in the game right now, use code BACKDOOR and you'll get $100 in bonus funds when you play your first 5. We also have Chalkboard. Use code BACKDOOR. You'll get a free pick plus 100% deposit match when you sign up. They also run specials every day, so they don't just designate it to one day. They actually do have some days where they run even crazier specials, but there's specials every single day, so it's a killer platform to be a part of. And I forgot to mention it here at the top. If you use code FALL, this is we're almost done here. October 31st is the last day you can take advantage of this discount. Code FALL will get you 75% off of our premium Discord. You just sign up through Patreon. If Patreon doesn't link you to the server directly, just come back to the video. I have that link next to it as well down there. We're going to get started with the over under here. It's projected to be pretty high scoring. 50.5 is the over under that they have set over all those odds makers in Vegas, with Baltimore favored by 7.5. We are playing in Miami. And like I mentioned earlier, it's supposed to be clear, low 70s the whole time, no clouds, winds around 7 miles an hour. I mean, there's some gusts like over 10 miles an hour, but nothing to be concerned about. So we're good to go there. Getting started here. Who do we have first? Zay Flowers. All right. So this is a tough matchup on paper. They're ranked first in receiving yards allowed. Miami is to wide receivers, about 107.6. I think this is a little bit embellished by the fact that they've been so bad on with their run defense that teams have been just electing to run a little bit more, and so they don't average. They get up, they're stomping Miami, and they're just running the clock, and there's nothing Miami can do to stop these guys. So this was like a favorable matchup in fantasy. When your running backs are facing Miami, you're like, oh, good, this is a great matchup. I think that's playing playing into this a little bit. I don't think that they're just that much of a lockdown defense against wide receivers. And if we take a look here, so 2025, we've got, you see this spike here for Zay. That was also a tough matchup, ranked second, which I think is kind of for similar reasons, because teams have actually been able to run on Buffalo this year pretty easily. And so they're ranked second, so a little bit worse. He put up 143 yards in this game. This was earlier. This was September 7th. There's a couple of things that are factors in this. For one, we had Lamar Jackson, which we have tonight. Buffalo is not ranked very good with rushing yards, and Derrick Henry had himself a day. So I think that the constant pressure of Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson combined really opened things up for Zay, and then Lamar was just catching him downfield a lot. And I'm hoping that we have another situation like that tonight, because we don't have a huge sample size with Lamar in this equation. Let's go ahead on Outlier here and add Lamar to the equation. So we'll say games with Lamar Jackson. We come down here and we got 4 games. So he's beat these yards. This is at 69.5. Let me just double check what that was at for us on the Prizepicks slip. We had 68.5. So yeah, this works as a comparable. So he's done it 3 out of the 4 games with Lamar, but these other games were really tough matchups for running in particular, and wide receiving. But if Derrick Henry can't get going, it's not easy to get the passing game going either. So you got against Cleveland, he still got it done, 75, still a decent night. And then against Kansas City, he got it done, who were ranked 3rd against wide receivers, he put up 74. But yeah, 143. So if we focus on this game where Derrick Henry was able to go off, we can take a look at the targets and receptions. For one, 3 out of the 4 games, he had at least 8 targets from Lamar, which is great. But in this game in particular, he had 9 targets and turned it into 7 receptions, so 78% hit rate. But in that matchup, if you look at the average yards per reception, you got like 10, 6.5, 10, and then when Henry was just tearing them apart, you got these deep shots. His average catch was 20.4 yards. So I like this for being able to hit the line on Prizepicks. I also like this for the ladder slip to be able to potentially have another big night. Now, that was them playing on the road in Buffalo. So we have a very similar situation here. Super soft run defense, technically on paper, difficult wide receiver defense. And if we'll go down here real quick and take a look and see. Not a lot of teams have done that much against Miami through the air. And then you come back all the way back here to Ladd McConkey. He had 100 yards on them. So yeah, go with your gut. I'm literally banking it off of Lamar being back, Derrick Henry having a juiced matchup. Again, I don't think that the way they stopped Bijan and Tyler Algier, I think that was just really poor coaching. You don't give Bijan Robinson 6 touches. That's rushing attempts and passes caught. First half, 6 touches to Bijan Robinson against that really frustrated me. So yeah, I think that they were just too deep in a hole at the half, and then just poor game plan going into that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Miami just played that good of defense. But yeah, let's move on here. So Derrick Henry. So I was taking a look at the touchdown situation. He kind of bounced back last week, even with Huntley starting. He had 2 touchdowns in that game against Chicago, which do allow a decent amount of touchdowns to running backs. They're ranked 28th. We got Miami here. They're 12th in touchdowns allowed by running backs, just under 1 per game, so 0.9. Overall, 2.9. So 23rd in overall touchdowns allowed, so they shouldn't have any issues scoring the ball here. You can see back here the same game that we were talking about just a minute ago against Buffalo. He had 2 touchdowns in that game. We're going to go over to the rushing yards now. Since we're taking fantasy score, we wanted to look at the touchdowns. And since we're taking the rushing yards on the ladders. So yeah, he had 169 rushing yards in that game that we said Lamar was in. And he had a soft matchup. So they were ranked 31st. Now we know that Miami is ranked to RB's 30th. So this is such a similar situation. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. And I think Henry's going to go off. So we like the potential upside. Now, this doesn't mean it's a guarantee. This is just data for us to go off of because we haven't had a lot of samples with Lamar. But yeah, soft matchup when Lamar's healthy. Henry just ate almost 170 yards. And then these other matchups were tougher. You've got Cleveland. You've got Detroit, right? Yeah, Detroit. Kansas City, Houston. This was just a string of really tough defenses, and they couldn't get things going, and they ended up losing Lamar. Then he bounced back a little bit against LA, a little softer matchup, but I like his chances here of being able to eat. Now, let's take a look here. Look at that Bijan Robinson, 25 rushing yards. That's such a joke, and that's not his fault, my opinion. You have Kamani Vidal, 124 yards. His line was set at 28.5. I believe that was when everyone thought Haskins was going to be the starter, except me. I thought that Kamani was going to bounce back and take over that. I went and grabbed him in Dynasty. Not trying to pat myself on the back, but it was a little bit of a win. Then we got Rico Dowdle, Uncle Rico, 206 yards he put up against Miami. His line was at 58.5. Trevor Etienne in that same game, his line was set at 19.5. He went for 22. Braylon Allen beat his line, went for 26. Breece Hall, same game, beat his line of 54.5, went for 81. So yeah, teams have been able to pretty much eat. Quinshon Judkins didn't get his done, but that was kind of an interesting game if I'm not forgetting that. He still went for 84 yards. I think he may have had 3 touchdowns in that game. Wasn't that the rainy game that we took him in? We took his fantasy score, I think. He had 3 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. So he was still able to eat. So that's good for Derrick Henry's fantasy score. But yeah, he still went for 84 yards. And when you've got someone like Dylan Gabriel running your offense, it's just kind of a mess, you know? So like 84 yards is pretty good, all things considered, with how bad their offense looks. So yeah, I mean, we got Lamar Jackson. We've got Zay Flowers out there stretching the field. I think Henry's going to have his way tonight, hopefully. Now, if he doesn't, then I will go back and say, yeah, okay, Miami's figuring some stuff out on defense. But yeah, I bet you Henry has more than 6 touches in the first half. All right, that's the last I'm going to say about that Falcons coaching. All right, Jaylen Waddle. So 59.5. I think this is up a decent amount higher on Prizepicks. Let's come back here and take a look one more time. Yeah, 65.5. So it's bumped up quite a bit from where it opened. But still, these last few games have been looking really solid. 99 against Atlanta, who is ranked number 1 against wide receivers. 95 against the Chargers, who are ranked 5th. 110 against Carolina, also decent defense, ranked 10th. Now he's got this matchup tonight against Baltimore, who I do think is kind of figuring things out, but teams have been able to exploit the passing game, through the air. They've been getting beat on the season. Ranked 24th, 159 yards on average to wide receivers any given game. So this is just like, I think he's good to cash this. He's been heavily utilized. And, ever since Tyreek Hill went down, it's like now Waddle seems a little bit healthier, a little bit more durable, which has always kind of been his issue. Is he's got these little mini injuries almost every game where he like makes a good play and then he gets up and he's like kind of shaking it off and he's out for a few plays and he's back in, he's out for a few plays. It's unfortunate because he's super talented, fast, great route runner, good catch, good hands. So yeah, I think he's kind of in rhythm here. And 99 against the Falcons is a real confidence builder. I think they're going to try to build off that. Let's take a look at what he's been looking at. So the targets and receptions haven't been too crazy. Of these last 4 where he went 3 of 4, the targets have been a little bit better. 9 against Carolina for 6 receptions, and then 8 against the Chargers, 6 receptions, pulled that down. And then most recently he had 6 targets and turned that into 5 receptions. Average yards per reception have been solid the whole time. 15 is his lowest outing. Longest catch, he's got 3 games with 43-yard catch or longer. So we're hoping that he just stacks yards tonight. We want this to turn into a shootout, hit all of those ladders lines, and that's the way we cash. But we'll be securing the bag all along the way. First tier, second tier, and then if we hit that 500x, that's going to be a good Thursday night for us. All right, so let's take a look here. See what some past wide receivers have been doing lately. So we got Rome Odunze against Baltimore, put up 114. DJ Moore, same game, put up 73. This was back just on October 26th, so that's recent. Jordan Whittington beat his line of 14.5. He went for 23. Devontae Adams didn't do much in that game. Neither did Puka. They both, it must have been more of a, I think that must have been more of a Kyron Williams type of day. But yeah, back here further, Houston, Jaden Higgins beat his line 32 yards when his line was set at 7.5, and Christian Kirk, so that's going way back. No, that's right. He came back for a little bit. I think is he out again? I'm pretty sure. But yeah, his line was at 34.5. He went for 64. And then Nico Collins, same game. His line was set at 69.5. He still put up 52. So they were able to collectively put together some yardage on them. So yeah, I'm feeling good about Jaylen Waddle being able to, especially if it's projected to be over 50 points total, like him and Achane. Achane is kind of like, I have this on Ollie Gordon. That reminds me, while I'm here, Ollie Gordon, I think he could be sneaky too tonight. I wanted his fantasy score. That was going to be the 4th pick for this because I thought it would be nice and low. And Prizepicks won't give it to us. So they've got his rushing yards, though, at 16.5. You can see this opened at 19.5. And he's got a pretty soft matchup here. This is just a bonus for you guys. Ranked 23rd, 103.9 rushing yards allowed. But we want Achane for the slip is what I ended up taking. So I'm going to pull up Achane here real quick. We'll break it down. Oh, come on. Working in I got a tight little workspace with my desk. Let's see here. So you can click into any of these on Outlier, and then you can just go to the category you want. And we took his rushing yards, I believe, which has been solid. I'm ready for Achane to break out and have a classic Achane game. So we got it at 58.5. And yeah, I mean, last 10, he's hit it 7 out of 10 times. 2025, 6 out of 8. And then the last 5 has looked pretty good. 4 out of 5. We like the upside here. We saw him hit 128 against the Chargers, middle of the road. You know, this is a softer matchup. If I'm not mistaken, they're better against. But that's the thing is, like, Baltimore is figuring out their defense. So, like, these rankings are a little bit deceiving. But yeah, they are ranked 23rd against the rush to running back specifically. I like them to be able to hit the Prizepicks line. And if there's someone who can get that upside for us to hit that top tier on ladders, I like Achane's chances here. So yeah, he just put up 67 against Atlanta, and then 82 against Cleveland. That's a really tough matchup. Chargers, 128, and then back here against the Jets, he put up 99. There's not too much to break down. I thought about taking his fantasy score because the dude gets in the end zone quite a bit. I'll just show you guys real quick. Yeah, he's got 5 touchdowns in the last 5 games. None in Cleveland, against Cleveland, but he did have 2 against the Chargers. So, I mean, pretty soft matchup actually to running backs. 30th in touchdowns allowed to running backs, 1.4 per game. Overall, 3.4. Yeah, this defense. But the thing is, again, if you watch that last game when Huntley started, their defense looked like is kind of figuring things out, sort of like Kansas City. Kansas City to start the season, it was like, what is going on with their defense? Now all of a sudden they figured it out. They're locking down. Feels like the Ravens are kind of in the process of that right now. But yeah, that fantasy score, it's down to like 17.5. He's usually up at like 18.5. So I do like the 17.5. But he has only hit it twice in the last 5 games. Let's look at the fantasy score and see what some other guys have done here. Oh, they're not showing us. They're not showing us the running backs. Let's go to rush yards and see if they'll show us that. All right. Okay, so yeah, DeAndre Swift, he didn't hit. So a lot of guys actually haven't hit their line that well here. And the reason I do kind of like the fantasy score, I still think this is a secure line to take Achane at for Prizepicks. And I do like the upside on ladders, because ladders, it's all yardage plays. You don't get fantasy score and touchdowns and stuff. You can play their regular champions or pick them depending on the state you're in, and you can get into fantasy score. But on the ladders, it's just all yardage based, with the fluctuating lines and the tiers. So yeah, Swift, 45. He went for 45 yards. 49.5 was his line. He didn't hit. We're going to look specifically at Swift, his matchup, and then I want to go down here to Kyren Williams, who had 50 yards on the ground when his line was set at 69.5. But now we're going to go back over here to touchdowns. I'll show you guys what these other running backs were able to do. It wasn't the, I got that wrong. Oh wait, no, it's because it's on all. Okay, yeah, so DeAndre Swift got in the end zone and Kyren Williams got in the end zone. Nick Chubb, when they played, he got in the end zone. And I think that they were able to actually be somewhat solid to running backs through the air. Yeah, so Swift hit his receiving yards line. Kyren hit his receiving yards line. We go back here to the Chiefs. Their lines were set so low, but Kareem Hunt and Pacheco both hit their receiving yards line. So just a couple of other options if you guys are like, wanting to explore stuff outside of the receiving yards, although I'll say he hasn't been doing it that much. Let's see what 2025 looked like with Lamar, though. Or not, what am I saying? Lamar, wrong team. All right, I think that about covers it as far as like the potential upside for the ladders play and then for the prize picks play. It's so much easier when I've just got the same players because I don't have to like make this hour-long video, which we're probably going to hit that anyways. But let's get into some bonus plays. Before I do though, if you guys want this awesome app, Outlier, you can try it for free. Use it. You can use it for NBA. You can use it for baseball. You can use it for NFL. They cover a ton of different sports. And I'll just give you guys a little sneak peek. When you're actually in the prop section, it is so dope. So I have it set on Achane, but when you're looking for plays, you can just go up here. You can select the games you want. So if you're like, okay, I just want tonight's game, so you can just select that. It'll take you to just that. But if we're talking like any games available right now, just for the sake of the demo to show you guys this real quick. Come on. And now it's malfunctioning a little bit. All games. Okay, so you've got these little tabs on the top right. So you can go just 2025 and it'll start with their best performances and go downward to lower. So I'm putting the emphasis on 2025. These are all plays where guys have hit 100%, either to the over or the under. If you just want to play overs to avoid correlation issues, you can set it to overs. So now we got overs that have hit 100% of the time. And it'll rank it down for you. What I like to do, I'll go last 5 for a smaller sample size in all of 2025. And then I like looking at last 5 and comparing it to the head-to-head if you have a head-to-head option. So let's look for an example here. Harrison Butker, extra points. Yeah, I mean, he's hit it 100% of the time in his last 5 games and 100% of the time in the head-to-head matchup. And just for the sake of it, I'll show you, you just click the one you want and it'll show you the example you were just looking at. It's pretty dope. So try it for free. It's great with basketball. It's great with all these different sports, but might as well give it a shot. All right, now the optimizer, if you want the optimizer for yourself, you can go ahead and use code BACKDOOR and get 25% off for as long as you want. So let's talk about the plays. We'll switch it to overs. These are all for tonight. And it's not going to be a ton of plays because it's just one game. But they like Tua's fantasy score over 14.5, 57.84% odds to hit the over. Tyler Loop, they like him for at least 2 field goals made, 53.37%. Tanner Connor, who is the tight end for the Dolphins, now that Waller is out, they like him for at least 2 receptions. I think it's pretty solid myself. Derrick Henry, longest rush over 19.5. They're feeling it. Ollie Gordon, rush yards, 16.5. I was talking about that play. I'm probably going to see what I can get demon-wise for him because Ollie Gordon, do we still have him up? I don't know if I do. I think I already moved that tab. Anyways, Ollie Gordon, yeah. He had like 48 rushing yards in that last game. He was being used a lot in like short yardage situations, trying to get a first down. They also used him at the goal line a little bit. He got in for a touchdown. So if you end up seeing Ollie Gordon fantasy score and we're like under like 6 points, I'm taking that. 6 fantasy points is kind of like the bar. If it's under that, I'm probably gonna take a chance on it. So Derrick Henry, Ollie Gordon. Nicole Westbrook Achane, I'm kind of waiting for them to start using him more. I thought for sure when what's his name? When Tyreek Hill. Man, I need like an alpha brain or something. But Tyreek Hill, when he went out, I thought like, okay, Westbrook Achane, they're gonna stretch the field with him. Because remember what he was doing? Was it in? It was with the Titans last year, right? He was having those huge plays. He had like one of those plays that was like end zone to end zone. He's just like a straight line runner who just has good separation speed, in my opinion. And 18 and a half yards. I'm just like, maybe he's not in as good a shape now, or he doesn't fit the scheme, but I thought for sure, I mean, they went and they paid him. They didn't pay him a ton, but they paid him more than like the minimum. So yeah, maybe tonight's the night. So Tua, they like him over 21.5 pass completions. Lamar Jackson, the longest rush over 14.5, might look at that demon as well, if that's an option, or his regular rushing yards are looking good at 34.5. We just don't know the shape he's in, but this is a great matchup for a mobile quarterback. 34.5, they like it. Mark Andrews, 28.5 receiving yards, they're feeling it. Jaylen Waddle, they like the receiving yards at 65.5. They like Mark Andrews' longest reception. Justice Hill, 16.5 receiving yards. We're getting down to like almost the 50-50 mark. So I'm gonna switch over to Underdog here in just a minute. Lamar Jackson, though, they like his passing yards, 229.5, and they also like Westbrook Achane for fantasy score. I mean, like, yeah, it would be nice to be able to get on the Westbrook plays before the odds makers realize, because I'm just like, I think he's a talent that they're not utilizing. Now you got Waller out, you got Waddle and Malik Washington, who's been more of a PPR, not really stretching the field, just kind of like this little pick apart the defense a little bit type of play. Rashad Bateman, over 31.5 receiving yards, and Derrick Henry rushing attempts over 18. They like. Yeah, this is the night to do it. Too bad the Falcons didn't do that with Bijan. I would just exploit a defense's weakness, at least try to. But that's just me. I'm not a offensive coordinator or a play caller. All right, so we're on the optimizer. I'll show you guys how to do this. So you just go to clear all on the league tab. Right now, it's giving us everything that they have available. So we're going to clear all. Oh, wait a minute. So we're going to click NFL. Yeah, because this thing's designed to find the best plays across. It's like a sharp betting tool. So everything available, they're like, we want to build. We don't care what sport we're playing on. I like narrowing it down. I'm more of like a casual fantasy player. All right, and then you can go to team. We'll just do that real quick too, just like the other one. It's just taking a little bit because of my connection here. So Baltimore Ravens, we're going to select the Ravens, and we're going to go down to Miami. And we'll just get these plays for tonight. Dolphins. Okay, let's see what Underdog's got. We'll go to just overs as well for this. So they got Tua's fantasy score a little higher. I can already see that. Just waiting for it to update to just overs. So his fantasy score on Underdog is actually at 15.95, and they still like it over 54%. Derrick Henry, longest rush. Derrick Henry rushing plus receiving at 98.5. Yeah, why not? I think he's going to probably beat that in rushing tonight. Tua, pass completions, they're feeling that as well. Malik Washington, longest reception, 12.5. They like that over. Lamar, longest rush is at 14.5 on Underdog. They're feeling it. Justice Hill, longest reception, 10.5. They like it. Jaylen Waddle, his receiving yards are set the same on Underdog, 65.5, 51.78%. I think I need glasses soon, man. Mark Andrews, receiving yards, 28.5. These are all overs. Jaylen Waddle, longest reception over 22.5. I hope I want him to cash me 500x on this ladder slip. Mark Andrews, longest reception, 14.5. They like it. Isaiah Likely, another player I'm waiting to just like, when is he back? When is he like, last time we saw him play the Bills back, where he just absolutely torched them. So 21.5, they like his receiving yards over. Rashad Bateman, 31.5. Westbrook Achane, maybe tonight's the night. 19.5, they like it over. Derrick Henry rushing yards, 90.5. Yeah, so you're paying eight more for the receiving attach. That's really not that bad if you want. I mean, it's a little more insurance in case he does catch a couple, because once the ball's in his hand, anything can happen. Tanner Connor, 13.5 receiving yards, and Riley Patterson, kicking points, over 6.5. Zay Flowers, over 68.5 receiving yards. Derrick Henry, 5.5 receiving yards. Yeah, see, even that low, I don't like taking it just by itself, but if it's attached to the rushing yards. So that being said, they are bumping that 8 to have them together with the rushing yards. You are paying a little bit of a premium, but I think he's going to probably get it in rushing alone. Hopkins, longest reception, over 12.5. Achane, 32.5 receiving yards, and Rashad Bateman, longest reception, 17.5. That'll do it, guys. I do like that if Bateman catches, like he's got a pretty solid average yards per catch. Like they do use him a little bit further downfield. Lamar uses a lot of his guys when he can, and I think that Derrick Henry really opens that part of the field up. But yeah, these are the underdog plays. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Sorry I missed you yesterday. Had some stuff come up, but I'm trying to stay on schedule as much as I can. I'm finishing up school for something else I'm pursuing as well. So it's kind of been crunch mode, preparing for exams and whatnot with that stuff. But I'm almost done with that. So I'll be more available to stay more on top of these day in and day out. But if you guys don't mind, do me a favor, like the video, drop me a comment if you have questions. And if you feel like it, hype it, because all that stuff helps a lot. And it's the algorithm. That's what they make us do. They make us creators ask you guys to show us some love, and I always appreciate it when you do. But yeah, enjoy the games, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.